yesterday, Kamala's frame on her bed collapsed, and they're now using the mattress as a trampolining, like landing strip or something. Having a whale of a time up there. So I'm doing a private online talk on Sunday. So I won't be streaming live on Sunday, the 3rd of June, this coming Sunday. So but normally I do stream every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. and every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. And if you'd like to ask questions during the 1 2 1 2, yeah, you can hear me. If you'd like to ask questions during the broadcast, then you have to friend me on Skype, and then you can message me or call me on Skype after my introduction. And the way to ask questions to me in general, you have to, well, you can email me and ask me on Facebook, but it's better to message me on Skype so that I remember it during the broadcast. But you could also email me as well. If you do, it's best to email me nearer to a streaming time, so Wednesday or Saturday, so I remember there's a question in my email box or something. Don't do it on a Monday because it's too far to remember about it. So welcome to the stream. This is a sharing of non-duality. A subject that I really love more than anything. Not the subject, but what it's talking about, what it's pointing to. Not the ideas about it, but the actual pointing to this beautiful freedom, this beautiful love that doesn't belong to anything. This freedom, this love that is innocent, untouchable, ungraspable, unknowable. This has been longed for ever since I can remember, really. That isn't true, actually. I think when I was a young child, when I was living in Swansea and living in Cardiff to an extent as well, there was just life. There was just this mystery. It was just joy. So that was around 7, I think 6 or 7. There may have been a separation. There probably was separation, but it wasn't heavy the way it became later on. It wasn't a problem. It wasn't causing heavy suffering. There was just life playing, life appearing as whatever it appeared as. And that's what this is. Life appearing as whatever it appears as. Life appearing as everything, as fullness. Life appearing as form, as movement, as manifestation. This is what this is. It's such a simple and obvious pointing that life is happening, life is appearing. This is what's happening. But then what is happening that is making it seem as if this is a struggle, as if this is not enough, that this is uncomfortable and not satisfying? I don't know is the answer. All I know is seeking begins. This seeking to end or cover up or deal with this feeling of not complete, not enough. This feeling of abandonment. This, I'm calling it a hot feeling. I don't know why I'm calling it hot, but I'm just imagining it as this hot feeling. This hot feeling of uncomfortability, this hot feeling of limitation to this body, and that feeling of being not enough, of being uncomfortable. Of wanting to drown it out, or drink it out, numb it out, escape it, avoid it, suppress it, cover it up. And that's what happens. We run around trying to avoid this sensation of uncomfortability, of not enough. And this is the wheel that most humans are on. Trying to cover up what's really happening, how the body really feels. So this freedom, this love affair that I talk about is not something in the flow of life. Immediately, as this sense of you are a limitation begins, this uncomfortability begins, there's a seeking outwards, externally, to that sense of you being here, externally trying to find something to remedy that. And society supports that idea that you will find something to remedy that, to feel better in the flow, in the external, in the world. But you all, sorry, my neighbour was shouting. I got distracted. My neighbour's a bit loud. Maybe you can't hear her. But you will never find the solution in the flow, in form, in life, in the manifestation. You will only find pleasure and pain, getting and losing. You will only find temporary. And that isn't wrong. As a human, we enjoy pleasures, we avoid pains. That's a natural movement. But to seek for that in hope of finding ultimate fulfillment, to find home, to find freedom, to find love, wholeness, that is the can you hear? That is the wrong idea. That is not true. When I was younger, I knew that. I didn't know that like that, but I knew. I remember I knew that I was on my own. I would never. I knew it. I knew it. That you were on your own here, and you couldn't really. Nobody could ever help you, or I just knew it. But I just you see everyone else on TV and the media, and you think, oh, they have found love. They have found completion. And so naturally you follow what you're told. You can find it and you will find it. It's out there somewhere. And actually it is available. It is available, but not out there. Not in others, not in experiences, not in pleasures, not in career and achievement. Not in therapy and becoming, a perfect, loving person, a perfect human. Not even in ideas of enlightenment, but as this, as what is happening, as this, as what you are, as all that is. This intimacy, this immediacy of what is happening. This is all you have. This is all there is. What is happening? The sensation in the feet, in the hands, in the legs, in the bum on the seat, the sounds, the sights, the smells, the tastes, the thoughts, the feelings. This is all there is. This isn't in attaining something. This isn't at the end of a process, the end of reaching something. This is already all there is. So this is what you've longed for. It's like doing a full circle. You go out looking and end up back where you were in the first place. But you can't not do that journey. That journey happens. That seeking happens. That seeming leaving of home happens. Like, how can home be known without losing it? How can heaven be known without stepping into hell? To know pleasure, you must know pain. To know freedom, there must have been suffering and imprisonment. So in the end, all I point to is what is happening. This is what is pointed to over and over. That there's just life happening. Just this. So you're welcome to ask any questions or share anything. Oh, oh, that's strange. Oh, okay. Hi, I'm not sure what your name is. I can't read your name. It's in Arabic, I think. Is it Arabic? Is there any point for me to investigate non-duality if I want to stop suffering? So are you saying suffering is necessary for enlightenment? So the first question was, is there any point for me to investigate non-duality if I want to stop suffering? I don't know about any point to it or not. It's what's happening. If there's a drawing to this message, non-duality, then that's what's happening. So if you want to stop suffering, it's kind of a hard question to answer by just a written question, really. Is suffering necessary for enlightenment? Again, it isn't necessary for enlightenment. Enlightenment is already what there is. This is enlightenment or already. Is suffering necessary for the collapse, maybe you mean, of that separate person? I don't know. It seems to be a common theme in people's lives, that there was suffering beforehand. But it can't be there has to be. But I think it is pretty common that a suffering life has had beforehand, or a hardship, or a reason to question life, to question the normal way society operates, and a deeper searching or seeking for something deeper than going to work and the normal family life. And I think here it was more of not fitting in. I couldn't fit in anywhere, and so obviously that's lonely. And there was just a longing for love, for wholeness, to fit somewhere. But I would say, for the first question, to follow your heart. If you're drawn to this message, then you're drawn to it, and that's it, really. Just follow whatever you feel attracted to. That's the best way to live in any situation. Whatever you're drawn to, whatever you feel yes to, whatever you feel passionate about, whatever you love, just allow that flow towards that to happen. But the stopping of suffering, I would say, is to do with the discovery of that which is beyond form, that which can't be discovered, that which is looking out of the eyes and speaking, that which can't be known and seen. That to me is the end of suffering. Plus, just to add on to that, on the human level, or for the human, I would say it's that discovery, but also the being honest, and the being vulnerable, being honest with how you feel, being honest with who you are, allowing that honesty, going back to that innocent honesty, that innocent expression of that human, whatever that human is, and getting comfortable with that human. Because this is all you have, that human. Thank you for your question. Just love listening to this message. Thank you. Oh, hi, Claudia. Brian. Hi, Brian. The discovery of that which can't be discovered. How is it possible? Yeah. It just is. It just is available, that discovery of that which can't be discovered. Because to discover it would be a human achievement to discover it. Who will discover it? You? A personal, who will discover this? It can't be discovered. There's no one to discover it. And yet it's discovered, it's revealed that this is emptiness appearing as fullness. It's just a discovery, a revealing that happens. But we're so used to it. But we're so used to us being something separate, us being an autonomous entity or being, that this is about me discovering, me knowing, me being revealed to me. And it's not, it can't be revealed to you. Because who are you? Who is this you? Who is this separate one who feels it exists, it is separate? That hears these words and interprets it from a personal me perspective. This is about me, this is for me, to understand, to be able to use, to do, to know, to have, to discover. It just happens. This message seems to pull you in and it kills you. It kills you. It kills you. It kills you. And then with you out of the way, there's this. Ta-da! Sorry, I'm being silly. But it just happens. My me is struggling with this. Yeah, of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. It's struggling with this. Of course. It's used to being spoken to as a personal, independent entity. It's used to it's having a role or a part to play in this. It's used to do a shit, the sense of it's doing. It has a role, a purpose, a job. So how can it use this? But that struggling that's happening, I'm assuming mentally struggling, and also a feeling of discomfort in the body as well. That's okay. It's totally okay. There's struggling. There's discomfort. Totally okay. There's nothing to run away from or to numb. Yeah. It wants to know everything. Just allow whatever comes up. Just allow it all. Allow it all. And I know intellectually you can't allow it, but still, allow it all. This is it. There's nothing to be afraid of. Nothing can possibly hurt you. You have no idea who you are. Thank you, Brian. Oops. So what is here? When the scenery changes, when the body's in the living room, when the body's in the kitchen, when the body's in the garden, when the body's in the car, what is always here? What can't not be? When the body's tense, when the body's relaxed, when the body's angry, when the body's happy, when the body's laughing, when it's crying, what is always here? And that really isn't a question to the mind. It's not even really a question. It doesn't need an answer from the mind. The answer is here. It always is. Well, thank you for joining this talk. And yeah, so I'll see you either Sunday at the private talk, or I'll see you next Thursday at 8:30. So thanks for joining. See you then. Bye.